Murder in the study. In the Walter Manor, Lord Maximus Walter was found dead in the study by the butler. Lady Walter, Ronald Ross, and the butler parted in different rooms after dinner, and none of them saw each other at around 7:43 p.m. When Inspector Plum arrived at 9:58 p.m., he entered the Manor's grand hall and noted the room temperature, which was at 69 degrees Fahrenheit. He then went to the study and immediately recorded the body temperature, which was at 92 degrees Fahrenheit. He then gathered the suspects in the drawing room and asked them for their locations in the Manor from 7:43 p.m. onwards. Their locations are shown in the map. After the interrogation at 10:28 p.m. in the drawing room, he went back to the study to record the temperature of the body, which was at 91 degrees Fahrenheit. If the ambient temperature in the study was 4 degrees Fahrenheit less than the room temperature in the grand hall, what is the approximate time of death of Lord Maximus, given that his normal body temperature is 97 degrees Fahrenheit? Taking note of the following time intervals, who was the possible murderer, assuming there were only 3 suspects for this crime?
According to the problem, at 7:43 p.m., 3 suspects naming the butler, Roland Ross, and Lady Walter were in different rooms. At 9:58 p.m., Inspector Plum arrived at the entrance of the grand hall. He then immediately recorded the room temperature, which was 69 degrees Fahrenheit. He then headed to the study hall, which took him 2 minutes, and recorded the body temperature, which was 92 degrees Fahrenheit. Afterwards, he interrogated Lady Walter, Ronald Ross, and Butler in the drawing room, which lasted till 10:28 p.m. He then headed back immediately to the study and recorded the body temperature, which was now 91 degrees Fahrenheit. Ambient temperature of the study is 4 degrees less than the room temperature of the grand hall. Thus, 16 degrees Fahrenheit minus 4 degrees Fahrenheit is 65 degrees Fahrenheit. All of this noted was during 10:30 p.m. Given that the normal body temperature is 97 degrees Fahrenheit, and assuming that it takes 15 seconds to run from the kitchen to the dining hall, and 45 seconds to run from the dining hall into the study, 30 seconds to run from the drawing room into the study, and 30 seconds to sneak and stab Lord Maximus, what is the time of death and who is the suspect?
That is an application of Newton's law. From there, we can arrive at the general equation, which is the temperature is equal to the ambient temperature plus constant C times E raised to K times time. So, letter A, we are asked to find the death of Lord Maximus. At time is equal to 0, which is at 10 p.m., the recorded body temperature is at 92 degrees Fahrenheit. So, from this equation, we can substitute the values. We arrive at C is equal to 27. We have second conditions. At E is equal to 1/2 hours at 10:30 p.m., the recorded body temperature is at 91 degrees Fahrenheit. So now that we know the value of C, we are solving for the value of K in this equation. So substituting the value, we arrive at the value of K, which is equal to negative 0.075. Now that we express temperature as a function of time in this equation, temperature is equal to the ambient temperature plus 27 times E raised to negative 0.075 times the time. We are now tasked to find the time of death at a given normal body temperature at 97 degrees Fahrenheit. Using our knowledge of logarithms, we arrive at the value of T, which is at negative 2.265 hours, or we can express this at negative 2 hours and 16 minutes. So now that we are looking for the time of death, which is subtracted at T is equal to 0, which is at 10 p.m. So 10 p.m. minus 2 hours and 16 minutes, we arrive at the value p.m., which is the time of death.
In the second part, we are asked to find who is the murderer, and we have to create a new equation that will identify the time of each suspect under the given circumstances in the house. Wherein T is the time of the killer, 7:44 the time of death, minus 7:43. Since at the time 7:43 no one was seen, and it is the possible time that the killer starts to move. And X is the travel time going to the study for the suspects, plus 30, which is the allotted time of the killer to sneak out and stab Lord Maximus. And if you assume the butler is the killer, it would take him 15 seconds from the kitchen to the dining hall and 45 seconds from the dining hall to the study, which results in 90 seconds. Obviously, that's not much with the 60 seconds. And if we assume Ronald Ross is the killer, it would take him 45 seconds from the dining hall going to study, and the result is 75 seconds. Again, doesn't match with the 60 seconds. And lastly, if we assume Lady Walter is the killer, Lady Walter it would take her 30 seconds from the drawing room going to the study and result to 60 seconds. Now we can now conclude that at the time 7:44, it is possible that Lady Walter committed the murder.